Hey, hi, and hello, welcome to the video. It's time to talk about my June TBR, because we're approaching June. With June, I think I want to be able to mood read what I want to read, but I also want to have like a set TBR, because the weather is nice outside, and it's sunny, so, you know, I feel like fantasies that are a little bit more cozy, romances like cowboy romances and whatever, are the perfect mood for June. So yeah, I want to talk about them. I've picked them out and they're in front of me right now. There's one book I want to read this month because I've been saying like I will read it in June, since I think like almost the day that I got it. There's one book I want to read. There are 4 books that are on my radar, with being released and that I don't currently own. And one of them is our book club book, that we can read over the span of the entire summer. But I want to read it in June. I don't know why I want to do that, because I've got like 3 or 4 months to read it, but I'm like, I want to read it now. So we're gonna go through all of them. Maybe I will talk a little bit about them, maybe I won't. Stick for the ride. The first book I highly want to read is A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. I got this book when I was in Dublin in January, and this is like the works edition of the paperback. I don't know, since the day that I got it, I was like, I'm gonna read it. But I don't know, it sounds like a summery book, or yeah, like a summer book. So I was like, I'm gonna read it in June because I put it on my summer TBR, but this is the only book that has been unread that I had on my summer TBR. So here we are, A Language of Dragons. This is in London 1923, and I don't know too much about it. But it's about a school where she will be having an internship to study about the dragons. I don't know, I feel like this is a perfect book to read. It's not too big. I thought it was bigger, to be honest. It's like almost 500 pages, but I thought it was like 600 by the thickness of it, but the pages are pretty thick. Yeah, and the font is also pretty decent, so I'm very excited to read it. This is my top priority read in June. Then I have another book that I recently found Vinted for like a steal. So it is Zodiac Academy Part 4, which is Shadow Princess. I wasn't too sure about continuing this series because these books, they're expensive for no reason. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy another 30 € book. And then I saw someone selling it for 8, and it is as good as new. So I was like, okay, that's a steal. So I'm happy I got it now, and I will be continuing this series, even though I was like, I'm not going to. But here we are, Zodiac Academy. The reason I did it, wasn't too sure if I wanted to continue, was after reading the first 3 books, I was like, okay, I get it now, but why aren't we going any faster with the storytelling? Because I honestly feel like part 3 could have been like 200 pages less if it wasn't, you know, going so slow. Obviously there are people that like having slow books, but I needed something more fast paced, so I'm giving part 4 a chance now, and then maybe I'll see if I read part 5. But first we have to go through part 4. Then I have a cowboy romance, which is part 3, 4, and 5 from this series. Because after I read part 1 and 2 like yesterday and the day before yesterday, so honestly I might even finish them in May. But it is the River Ranch series by Jessica Peterson. So I have Sawyer, Duke, and Ryder. And I think Ryder is a single dad, I think. I don't know. One of these brothers have a child, but I don't know whose child it is. Oh yeah, it's, I think Sawyer. It's a divorced single mom. But there is someone has a niece. Someone has a niece. I don't know whose child it is. I forgot. I will read about it. But these books, I don't know, they're like easy to read. They're not too, you know, they're fun to read. I rated part 1 and 2 both 4 stars. So I'm very excited to see where these go. But these are like, you can read them in one sitting if you want to. So I might start Sire today. Yeah, I'm not sorry about it. Then I have 2 books on my radar that are a maybe. If I have time left at the end of the month, then I will probably read them. But it is Starlight Gates by Starlight Sinclair. But I love this cover, like it is so stunning. I don't know, this person gives me Hope Michelson vibes. If you don't know who Hope Michelson is, she is from the Vampire Diaries and the originals. If you know Klaus Michelson, she's his daughter. But they look so much alike. Since I saw this cover, I was like, I have to get this cover. I'm in love. But I don't know what this is about. I don't know. I think I want to go into this blindly, but I'm very, very excited because I have read her A Touch of Darkness series and I really liked it. So I'm hoping I will like this too. And then the other book I have is The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent, which is the 3rd book in the Crimes of Nyaxia series. I know the 4th book has just come out, but it's like the American paperback, so I'm waiting for the UK paperback to also come out. So this is like the 1st book in a duet set in this universe or this series, because the first 2 books are from a different court. And this is like also a different court, different couples. So I'm very excited. And I think this girl, or the man, no, here's the girl. I think she's going on a revenge trip to find who turned her into a vampire. Yeah. And the person she's going with, they are going together. And they are going like road trip, and then, you know, obviously things happen. So very excited. I don't know, I love Carissa Broadbent. Over the last, I think almost a year now, I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and then I read her War of Lost Heart trilogy, which is like behind here. And then I read the Ashes and Astartes King. And I'm like, I want to continue because I never continued The Crimes of Nyaxia because why is it so thick? Like, the 2nd book scared me, but this is like 200 pages less. I think this is like 500 pages. Yeah, something like that. 517. That's doable. That is doable. For a fantasy novel, I think that's good. But obviously there are some books that want to be released this month as well. I have 3 on my radar. I don't know if there's gonna be more, but obviously I will add them then. There are also possibilities with me getting approved arcs. I don't know, I'm completely done with all my arcs. I have read them all that I currently had to read. So that's fun. I'm very proud of that. Because I got approved for the arc for Nightgalley, and I was like, not too sure about it, because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, request it. And I was like, I have to read, you know, there was a 3rd part in an interconnected standalone series. And I was like, I'm gonna have to read the 2nd part now. Because I didn't like the 1st part, and then the 2nd one was like, okay, fine. And then the 3rd one I did like. So, you know, it was a wild ride, to say the least. But the 1st book that is already released is Catabasis by Eric Kwan. I don't know why I'm showing you this. These are my inserts that I use in my journal if I finish a book. But it is Catabasis by Eric Kwan. It is our summer book from the book club. It has been on my radar for like since it came out. You know, everyone is a author that, you know, I always side eye when I'm in the bookstore, but it never catches me enough to buy the book. So there's that. So I'm intrigued to see where the story goes. I think then the closest release is Cross-Check by Chelsea Curto. Oh, Chelsea Curto, Jesus, talking. It's the sixth book in the DC Stars series, and I'm very excited for it. I don't know, I picked up DC Stars last November, and I read them all like back to back, and I love it. That's also when I started reading series back to back, and I was like, why haven't I done this before? I don't know. Okay, yeah, so going on. Oh, Cross-Check is a ice hockey romance. I think there's a little bit of an age gap. I don't know. I know that he is a hockey player and she is someone. I haven't read too much into it because I will know that if I have Cross-Check in my hands, I will probably just binge it. I probably would. So, yeah. Then I have The Summer Day Garden by Ashley Poston. Also coming out in June. I haven't looked too much into it, but I have so far read every book she has published and I really like them. So, also on my radar. I wouldn't say a highly anticipated release, but if I can find it on release day, I will read it on release day probably, but it's not like I'm urging for it, if that's making sense. And the last book I have is Tempting Venom by Rita Kent. It's the third book in her, I don't know what's it called, in this series. The third and last book, and I think it's a ice hockey romance, but make it dark. And I'm very excited for it. Very excited. So yeah, this is my June TBR. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe down here, leave a comment if you want to. My socials will be down here in the description as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.